Hello everyone, welcome to this new video. So I've come with a very exciting problem today for today's problem of the day video. So today's topic is integral calculus, and there's a bit of differentiation and all, but it's one of the best problems that I've ever got into this playlist. So I hope all the math geeks sitting out there and watching this video will enjoy solving this question, because it's basically dealing the complexity of the question and using a various logics and also the basic differentiation rules and all. So getting into the question. The question is, let function be g of x. Alright, so the function is g of x. Says that g is from r to r, like the domain is r and the range is r, is continuous. This word actually plays a important role at the end of the solution. Right now we feel like it's just a thing that is given to us, but at last we'll find the importance of this word continuous. In 0 to infinity, alright, this is also important. In 0 to infinity is what that told that it's continuous, satisfying the condition g of 1 is equal to 1, and of 0 to x, the second condition, this is the first condition, g of 1 is equal to 1, and second condition is of 0 to x g square of t dt is equal to 1 by x integrating 0 to x g of t dt whole square. So this is the second condition that is given to us. So the question is we need to find the value of g of 4 whole power root 2 minus 1. So this is the question, like this is the value that we need to find. And also there is a small error in the question, like it is continuous in 0 to infinity. There is a close bracket here. Okay, so it's a close bracket here. So we shall enter the solution now. So how do we start? So let us write the equation that is given to us. That the first and foremost thing that anyone should do. So we should write the equation that is given to us, that is half of 0 to x g square of t dt is equal to 1 by x 0 to x integrating g of t dt whole square. So this is the equation that is given to us. So we have x here, t here. So basically we need to find some value, either g of x or g of t, so that we can just put 4 in the place of them and get the value. So first of all we need to establish a relation between these two. So we need to get rid of this integral first. So how do we get rid of integral? Just by differentiation, isn't it? Because if integration is my villain, then differentiation is my hero. So definitely I'll be using it. So I'll be using it and I'll be solving this. So for the first and foremost thing, for the left hand side, how do we do this? We'll use Newton-Leibniz rule to differentiate it. So because we have an integral here, we differentiate with respect to x, so we use Newton-Leibniz rule. So using that we get g square of x divided by 2 in my LHS, and which is equal to this. I'll be writing it in this way just to avoid confusion. So this is divided by x. So for this, using we'll use Newton-Leibniz rule also, but before that we'll be using u by v rule, because we are differentiating with respect to x and we have x in the denominator, so we must use u by v rule. So I'll just write here. So this is x square, and here we have 2x g of x. First differentiating the numerator part, and into 0 to x integrating g of t dt, and minus 0 to x g of t dt whole square. So this is the value of my numerator in the RHS. And now we have got two unknowns again, that is g of x and g of t. Again we need to establish a relation between these two. So for that, to reduce the complexity of the look, we'll make some assumptions, easy assumptions. That is, I'll assume that x g of x as my u, and the second thing, that is 0 to x integrating g of t dt as my v. Alright, so this is as my u and this as my v. So I'll just substitute that these things right now in this in the equation that we have got right now. So we have LHS g square of x divided by 2, and we have our g of x to be like x g of x to be u. So g square of x is basically u square by x square. So substituting that, we have u square by x square into 2 is equal to, in the numerator part we have 2uv minus v square divided by x square. So I can just cancel x square. I have u square is equal to 4uv minus 2v square. So I get u square minus 4uv plus 2v square is equal to 0. So finally I have got a quadratic equation in terms of u, or else you can even assume like it's a quadratic equation in terms of v. I'll assume it as in terms of u. So using the quadratic formula, we get u is equal to minus b, that is plus 4v plus or minus root over b square, that is 16v square minus 4ac. So we get minus 8v square divided by 2a, which is equal to 2. So we get 4v plus or minus root 8v divided by 2. So this is basically 2 plus or minus root 2v, so which is value of u. So we have u value to be 2 plus or minus root 2 into v. Now I'll just write it here once again. U is equal to 2 plus or minus root 2 into v. So I'll just substitute the original assumptions that we have taken in the place of u and v. So u is basically so I'll just write it in the different thing. So x g of x is my u and is equal to 2 plus or minus root 2, and what is my v? That is 0 to x g of t dt is my v. So I have got a relation in terms of g of x and g of t. But again I have come across an integral here. So what to do? I need to remove this integral. So I'll definitely use the Newton-Lagrange rule once again. So I just need to find the relation between g of x and x at any cost so that I'll get the value of my function. So I'll to remove this again I'll use Newton-Lagrange rule, but in a different way. So first of all what I'll do is I'll assume 0 to x integrating g of t dt as my h of x. Alright, this is a separate function. So now I'll integrate. I get g of x to be h dash of x. Right, so this is the value, and now putting that here we have g of x is h dash of x, so just put it here in this. So basically x into g of x is h dash of x, so h dash of x is equal to 2 plus or minus root 2 into this 0 to x integrating g of t dt is basically h of x, so this is h of x. Now I'll send these two here, like h dash of x divided by h of x is 2 plus or minus root 2 divided by x. So this is what I've got. Now I'll just integrate on both sides. So I get h dash of x divided by h of x dx is equal to 2 plus or minus root 2 integrating dx by x is what I've got. So I'll just move to the next page. So basically I've got a relation between h of x and x. So we are almost done here. So we get log h of x base e as 2 plus or minus root 2 log x base e plus c. So from this I can say that h of x is basically, if I assume this as c1 into x power 2 plus root 2, or I can say my h of x to be c2 whole power x c2 into x power 2 minus root 2, right, because we have 2 plus or minus root 2 here. Either it can be x power 2 plus root 2 and x power 2 minus root 2, and we have different constants here. Now g of x is basically h dash of x, isn't it? So I just need to differentiate these two. So if I differentiate this one, I get c3 a new constant like c1 into 2 plus root 2, right? So that I'm assuming as c3. So c3 into x power 1 plus root 2, or I'll get if I assume this one, I get c4 x power 1 minus root 2. So these are the value of g of x. Now what will be my g of x? How to decide it? So come to the first one here where we'll understand this. Continuous. What does it mean continuous? The function is defined, very much defined. Now if I take my g of x to be x power, if I consider g of x to be c power 4 power x power 1 minus root 2, and this is basically c4 into x by x power root 2, and we can just say from here that it's not defined at 0. G of x is not defined at 0. So this is not our function. So from this we can directly ignore that. This we can just ignore this part of function, like this is not our function, we can just classify because it's not continuous and it's not defined basically at 0. So we'll just move to the next part. So I got the clarity like what is my function is. So my function is g of x is equal to c3 into x power 1 plus root 2, and now we have given with another condition, that is g of 1 is equal to 1. So I'll just substitute that. So 1 is equal to c3 into 1 power 1 plus root 2. So we get the value of c3 to be 1. So just putting that here. So we get g of x to be x power 1 plus root 2 as our function. So this is my value of the function, like g of x is equal to x power 1 plus root 2. Now what's the value that we need to find? G of 4. So g of 4 is equal to like g of 4 whole power root 2 minus 1. So that is 4 power 1 plus root 2 is our g of x, and whole power root 2 minus 1. So I'll just use 4 power root 2 plus 1 into root 2 minus 1. So that is 4a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square. So 4 power 2 minus 1 which is equal to 4. So this is my g of 4 whole power root 2 minus 1 value. So this is how I found the answer. So it's a very good question, a completely conceptual oriented question and a logic oriented question. So we find a lot of like steps where we use Newton-Leibniz theorem, and also the logic, like why do we need to use it, just to get an expression, and like just to get the relation between g of x and g of t and h of x and x. So that's the reason we have used multiple times Newton-Leibniz rule. I hope everyone enjoyed this problem. So stay tuned, thanks for watching, and we will continue this problem of the day playlist like in the alternative day. Like I've got many people's like request to continue this and put a video daily, but it's not possible. So I'm just posting a video on alternative day. So thank you for watching, stay tuned.